Hi, my name is Jacqui-lee Pryce and welcome to Shadowboxing. So how you doing? Just telling everybody we've got Carl Fail on. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you. Same old for me, really. Still training. Obviously, it's a bit mad at the minute with this corona and everything. So, yeah, man. But I'm still cracking on. Not a lot's changed in my life, really, except, well, obviously leaving the GB team and turning professional.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that in a second. So firstly, obviously you've got a brother as well,
Yeah.
twin. I'm guessing he's been keeping you busy training.
Yeah, well, that's the good thing about it. Me and my brother, like, where everyone else struggled to maybe find the motivation and get up and train, me and Ben, if one of us ain't up for training, the other one's getting up and we have to get up, we have to run because the other one's doing it. So especially the first few weeks where it all did go to lockdown, it was good to have someone else there pushing. We also not where we've done pads a lot for each other. We've done that as well, which was good.
Are you quite competitive with each other?
In the sense of when we're training, yeah, we push each other. Not in the sense that we want to like be better than each other, but we want to we push each other. We give each other this look, and then we know it's like it gets harder, it gets faster.
Yeah, nice. So let's talk about your amateur career.
Yeah.
You have got a roll call of, you've done really well in the amateurs. You won the national championship. Just give us a list of some of the accolades that you have won whilst being an amateur.
Well, I won. I couldn't tell you how many like East Midland titles I won. There was a few of them, but one it started from my English title. I won the youth ABAs when I was 16 or 17, and then I went straight to the seniors the year after, and I went on to win the seniors. I won the youth at 64 kilo, and then I moved up 69. Won the seniors at 69, beating the Echo was one real good GB fighter and now good pro. And then got onto the GB team, which was like one of my dreams from a kid. It was like dream from a childhood to get onto that team. And I won 2 European silver medals. One was the under 22 European Championships, and the other one was a bigger one for me, the bigger test. I moved up weight, and I went into the European Unions and boxed 4 kids that were in top 10 in Europe and some of them were in top 10 in the world as well.
Beautiful. So you've boxed at 69 and 75 as an amateur, haven't you?
Yeah.
Did you find that transition to 75 a bit difficult? Because you're tall though, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm about 6'2". So
okay.
For me, I've got a slim frame, but I'm big enough to be a 70 middleweight. So, but I didn't move up because I was struggling for the weight. I moved up for the opportunity because, as you know, Pat McCormack's at welterweight is an elite fighter. One of the number 1 in the world at the minute, actually, I think. And at that time, a couple of fighters at 75, there was a big open gap, and I seen an opportunity for myself to go and get pushed for the Olympics, for the Europeans and stuff like that. And just as I moved up, the Europeans come up, and I had the opportunity to go to the European Unions, which I took, and obviously went on to win the European silver medal.
Nice. So let's talk about it's now, what is it, June, July? I can't even remember. It's June.
Yeah, just end of June, coming up to July.
Let's talk about March. You're still part of the GB squad. Everything's going lovely, nice and secure. You're up and down to Sheffield, 4 times for 4 days a week?
4 days a week, yeah. Sometimes 5.
Right. Coronavirus sets in. Oh my God. Kind of throws a spanner in the works.
Yeah.
Is that the reason why you've decided to step away from the amateurs now, because of the Olympics has been set back a year? What a nightmare. You know, everyone's plans have been thrown up in the air.
Yeah, well, for me, it was a big part of my decision because time waits for no one. I'm 23 now, and probably by the time we get a fight, I might be 24, the way this is looking. So it was just, I felt, for myself, I felt like it was the right time for me. And I spoke to my family, I spoke to the coaches on GB, and for me, it felt like the right time to leave. And I don't have no regrets. So I had it was a great 4 years I had on the team, but it just felt the right thing to do at that time. And with my brother just turning professional as well, like my twin brother, it was even better for me, and it just felt right at the time. So I knew I made the right decision.
Is it scary, you know, leaving that security, all your mates behind, that schedule that you know, you kind of had that schedule planned out for you week in, week out, and all of a sudden you're not on your own, but you know, I'm guessing it'd be quite daunting.
Yeah. Well, you know, for me, it wasn't really, because my brother already he was in a routine with his being a professional with his coach, and it's a big decision. Don't get me wrong, it is a big decision, and you do have to have a big think about it. But I knew we kind of had it. We thought about it for a few weeks, and I kind of jumped straight into training again. I didn't have no rest. I went to a tournament. I come back, and then I kind of just cracked on with training and getting that transition as a professional, because it's a big difference as an amateur to a professional. And only like right now, I'm still learning, and I feel like I've been stripped right back, but I'm really enjoying it, because at times I feel like a novice again, and it's I'm really enjoying this new process of learning.
Yeah, I can imagine, because you're very tall, rangy southpaw, aren't you? Have you found, I don't know, obviously you've got to sit down more on your shots now.
Yeah,
Are you finding that easy, or is he still, like you say, learning, feel like a novice?
Yeah, it's just at times I can, but I've got a good coach, and my brother's always like nitpicking at me if he sees things, and I feel like I'm picking it up well. And if anyone knows me as an amateur, I was never afraid to have a fight either. Like with Echo in the finals and things like that, I'll never shy away from a fight. So I've never been. I can sit there and I can have a go. Because the GB coach used to say it to me, as a tall fighter, they would be confused as why I'd like to sit there and have a go. But I've probably from my growing up with my amateur gym at Farcon Boxing Club, my coach was very high hands, tight guard, be fit, and have a hard work rate.
Nice. And have you chosen a coach for your pro career?
Yeah, well, my brother was with a coach. His name's Luke Porter. He trained Frank Buglioni for the British title, and things like he's not like a well-known coach by any means, but we've been working with him for years and years, probably since 15. I think I first met him at Don Charles's gym. We went there for sparring, so we've known him for years and years. And for me, I come back from that tournament and I wasn't sure who I wanted to turn with. I spoke to my brother, my cousin, who I'm very close with, and I said I'd like to try a few coaches, some of the coaches, see who would best suit me. But I went and watched my brother spar I think Danny Dignam. He's top 8 in the country at the minute or something, and I was watching my brother and seeing the transition and seeing what our coach has taught him. I come back and I made that decision. That made the decision for me, because I knew I just felt like I knew what he could do with me, and I knew what he could do with me. So it made that decision easy. And I come back and I said, look, I want to train. I want to train with him. I believe in him, and I like to think in the next 5 years he's going to be known as one of the top coaches in the country.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't need to be well known to be a great coach.
Exactly. Yeah, that's it.
Do you know what I mean?
With social media and stuff at the minute, it's very like Insta famous, and coaches have to be very well known. But our coach, he's a real good analyst, and he's real. I make one small, my elbow comes out. I don't do this. I don't move my head, and he's on me all the time. So I'm really happy with the way I've gone, and we're actually going to be opening our own gym in the next couple of months in London. It's going to be five Venoms Pro. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. We're going to have our own Team Fair gym in a way. So
that's great. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So talking about social media, because you have been quite vocal of the sort of social media boxer. Can you elaborate on that a bit?
Yeah, I've never been one to post videos of sparring and stuff. It's not in my nature, because I think sparring at the end of the day. You can't take away. I never take away much from sparring, except from what I can learn myself, because you're always trying things. Like I learned a lot from Joshua Boazzi. I've done quite a few rounds with him in GB, and he'd always come out and he's never trying to go all out. He's leaving there. He's like, I tried to practice today I've tried to practice my hand defense, I've tried to practice my head movement. And so for me, I stayed in my head, and I've always kept that with me in sparring. And I just think some of these people that are going out, each to their own really, but for me, I wouldn't be posting me hurting kids or me beating up kids and stuff. I don't agree with it, and I think it's disrespectful to the sport, to the fighter, to a guy that's probably come out his way to spar to learn, and you're putting him over social media and just mugging him off. Really, I don't agree with it.
So talking about your spars, so for the people that don't understand, maybe why wouldn't you post sparring? You've just said there that there are times where you want to stop, you just want to try things, don't you? You want to try things out. Do you think that, all of this stuff constantly being all over social media stops people just trying things?
Yeah, exactly. Like, for example, if I was Devon Amy's weight and I was going to sparring, I wouldn't be going there to learn. I'd be thinking this is like, which ain't always a bad thing, but I just think there's no learning there. There's no progress there. You're going there, you're just going to try and have a fight. You're going to lose all your technique. You're just trying to knock him out, really. So
yeah,
for me, like I do like a hard spar, but I think learning and practicing, like what I said about Joshua Buxley, I think that's the way forward. And I like that thought process.
You might have to change your mind now that you're in the pro scene.
yeah. Well, look, I think
it's a business now.
Yeah, there ain't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually in agreement with you that I just think what it does is makes people not want to try things. And I'm not against a hard spar, but equally, not every session as we know, because you've been a full-time athlete at GB.
Well, if there is a hard spar, put the cameras away. Because it ain't.
Yeah.
And I think with a 10-second
clip,
a 10-second clip doesn't show a whole spar, or a 30-second clip don't show a whole 10-round spar or 12-round spar. That's a little clip that he might have got the better on. He might have lost the next 8 rounds, but then he might have just took that little snippet. I've seen it done loads of times, but like I said, it's each to their own. And I'm not really one to judge anyone, but I just don't like that as a fighter. I don't like to see it.
Yeah. You've got a very old school way of looking at things. When I was boxing, that you didn't have cameras about and all of that sort of stuff. And I get it, it's progress, but I think there should be a limit to what's been put online. Yeah. Maybe I'm old fashioned.
Yeah. Each to their own, ain't it? And it's just one of them.
But you sound like you've got a new injection of just joy for the game, with the
it's been a dream of for me and my brother, GB was always a big dream of mine, but I think growing up it was to be professionals. I've always wanted to be a world champion. It's always been ever since a kid. GB was part of the process for me because I knew what they could do for me. I knew they could take me around the world, get me in the ring with some of the best fighters in the world, and I'd learn so much. So for me, it was part of the process to absorb that experience and then take it onto the pro ranks, which I think I'm going to do now. And I've not trained with my brother for 4 years as well, and we trained since 11 years old together till I did get onto the GB team. So for me, it was a big change, and I'm enjoying it so much now. I'm back training with him, we're back pushing each other, and I think it gets an extra 10% out of me that I didn't think I had.
It's cute, actually. I saw you guys doing your little, just doing some drills and stuff, and you're in your own little world, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, when we are, we're zoned in, didn't we? We do and we're always trying to push each other. We don't want each other to make a mistake because that mistake can come in the ring. So we're hard on each other, but it's good. Yeah.
So what weight will you be campaigning at?
I'm gonna see how I do. I'd like to think light middle, but middleweight's very possible for me as well. Middle light. So we're gonna see how my weight goes. I'm eating at the minute. I'm just trying to build a bit of muscle. I'm eating a lot of meat, a lot of protein, and I just want to build a bit of muscle. And I get real physically strong. And we're gonna see, because I've done loads of years of dieting and cutting a lot of weight. So at the minute we're building, getting nice and strong, and we're gonna see what my body gets to, whether it be middle or light middle. Either one, I believe I'm gonna do do well.
Yeah. You could start off with one and change, couldn't you?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, start off at middle, and if I feel that's what the plan is, probably, to be honest. Start at middle and see how we feel. If I'm doing it easy, then we can drop it for titles and big domestic fights and things like that.
Yeah, and you've come in at the right time, because talking about domestic fights, bloody hell, no one can go out of the country now, can they?
Yeah, well, exactly. So I like to think me and my brother both want to be busy fighters. We don't want to be having two or three fights a year. We want to be having 6, 7, 8 fights a year. We want to be busy. We want to be making noise. We want to be active, because we think that's how to progress, to stay active, to stay busy, stay fighting.
To be honest with you, I can't imagine you need to be eased in with your experience. Do you know what I mean?
I'd like to think so, but from a humble view, I think as there's a big transition, and I think I'm lucky in a way. This Corona has been a bit of a blessing in disguise, because it's given me that time to practice, and we've really slowed stuff down in the gym where there's been no sparring. We've stripped it a lot back, and some days we just, like yesterday morning, we worked 2 hours on footwork, and we've done different footwork drills. We've done head movement drills. So at the minute we're stripping it back. We're picking it back up now, but it's been good for me, because I've been able to strip it back and go through these and learn the little things. And when we pick it back up into sparring, I'm probably going to lose 20% of that. But then as it goes on, it will get better and better.
Yeah, most definitely. That's a brilliant use of time, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
A brilliant use of time.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Like you say, there's no rush. Of course, you want to get in and get on with it, but there's no rush.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, you're 23. You say that like you were old.
Yeah. Well, what it is just because I feel I always like to look positively, but this Corona has stopped it, ain't it? It's put everything to a stop, and like I do want to be progressing, but so if you in a positive way, that's why I say we've been practicing, been stripping it back, but in a way we've missed a year of our life, but we've turned that into a positive instead. So I try not to look at anything as a negative at the minute, especially with this Corona stuff. I think it's important that everyone looks at the positives instead of the negatives.
Can I ask you something? Because talking about a positive, were you kind of thinking of leaving GB anyway, and that was the push? Do you think subconsciously you were kind of, kind of fed up? Not fed up, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I enjoyed my time on GB, but in a sense, I think it felt like the right time to leave, and I felt it was probably building, and like that. I have no bad words to say about the team. I think it was great training, great coaches, but I just think it was my time to leave, and I think the Corona helped me make that decision for me.
Yeah. There's a lot of boxers that have said that something very positive have come out of this situation. So, have you been watching any fights on television? Because we're all missing live boxing, aren't we?
Yeah. Do you know what? At the minute, I haven't. I've been watching the old school fights and like the Sugar Rays and the Hearn and things like that. I watched Shakur Stevenson the other week, but other than that, like I'm looking forward to the British domestics, the British 50-50. So they're the ones that are going to catch my eye, because I enjoy watching these, especially when there could be someone I know and things like that. It's going
to be exciting. It's going to be. I can't wait for boxing to start again. But talking of boxers of old, so today I read somewhere. I'm sorry if you can hear banging. My neighbour is jumping up and down. Why, I don't know. But I heard today that Oscar De La Hoya was thinking of coming out of retirement. What are your thoughts on that?
It's like the Mike Tyson thing, ain't it? I think as a fighter, I think when I get to that age, I'll probably be thinking the same thing. But I think when they sit there with their family and people that are real with them, they're gonna sit there and gonna know deep down that they can't do it, even though they want to do it, that they won't be able to. And I think if they really when it comes out in the sparring, the training, when it gets tough, that's when they're going to know. Because especially what I've learned the last few months is this pro game. It's tough. It's physically demanding, and when you get to that age, you ain't got that in the tank no more. So
okay, yeah. Devil's advocate though.
What's that?
What if you're a fit older person? So I think Oscar De La Hoya is 49, if I'm correct in thinking, and he's not in such great shape. Yeah. Mike Tyson's 53 years of age. He looks like the Mike Tyson of yesteryear. Yeah. You not reckon he could have a go?
I just think he's too old. I think he's too old. I think he's yeah. Like I said, I think when you can look that good and you can feel that good, but I think when you get to that age, that it's not in the tank anymore.
Yeah.
And I've watched quite a lot of his interviews lately, and he talks about how you don't have that hunger inside, that fight, because that's a big part of it as well. Having that fight when it gets tough and when you get tired, you got to have that fight inside you.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just wishful thinking.
We'd love to see it, but I think realistically, I don't think we will.
No, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
So talking about domestic bouts as well. So it was announced today, I think it's the 24th of October. We've got 2 XGB, Joe Joyce, Dubois.
Great fight.
Who have you got?
My mind changes every time, because I think to buy early, or I think Joyce is getting late, and I can't. And if you ask me to pick, and I can't, because but that's the way I think it could go. But I've Daniel Dubois is looking better and better every fight.
Yeah.
And he's got time on his side and youth. So we'll have to see how that goes. But I think they're both great fighters, and they both took a big fight that they didn't really have to take just yet. Maybe Joe Joyce in a sense, but he didn't have to. And they both took a big 50-50 fight. So I'll give enough credit to both of them.
To be fair, Carl, I'm only messing about. Everybody said the same thing.
Yeah.
That knows them, that's been involved with them with the amateurs. They genuinely can't call it, and they've all said the same thing. They're flipping backwards and forwards.
That's it, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, it is going to be a cracker.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a great fight, and I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, I hope it goes the distance.
Could be a draw.
Yeah, I just want to see them box, and I just want to see a good display of boxing. But yeah, I don't know. So talk to me about what's next. I don't know if you've had any chats with any promoters or any sort of management team. What's sort of going on there?
Yeah, we're in talks. I looked around, and we are in talks with a management team, but that's all down the line. I'm in no rush at the minute. We're just gonna see how that goes. But yeah, I'm gonna see how that goes. I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah, I was just trying to nick a little bit from it. But
we'll
I'm guessing there's a lot of people having a look around at you.
Yeah, well, we did. We looked around, and yeah, I don't want to say too much, but I'm looking forward to announcing hopefully soon. But we'll see. Yeah.
One thing that Joshua Boaxi said to me when I interviewed him was he took his time. He spoke to so many different people. He spoke to people that people said don't speak to. They're a snake. He spoke to them. So
we actually called when I decided I was going to turn pro. I actually called Boaxi for advice. Me and my twin, we called him, and we asked him some things like where he was more clued up. He's been through it, and he gave us some great advice. Pretty much what you're saying there. He said speak to everybody, and he's been real good. Boaxi, he texts me, and he said to me if there's anything I need or want to ask him, just give him a call. So he's been real good help to me.
That's really great to hear that he's been really supportive. And the other thing being, I think it can be quite, you know, you come out of something that you know, and there could be a pressure to just grab the first thing that gets offered to you. So I'm glad you're taking your time.
Yeah. Well, I've got good family around me, and like we've not just jumped on the first thing, not just signed any paper straight away. Like we've done it properly and we've done it professionally, and we've made sure we haven't rushed it. We've looked at all the ins and outs and got we've made sure I haven't rushed anything.
Good. Can we expect a fight this year before the end of the year?
I hope so, but that's going to be down to my coach. Go on, mate, who's this?
Who's that, brother? Who's that? You damn it, your brother.
Yeah.
I can't even see you properly. Who was it, your brother? Oh, you want to come on? You want to come on now?
Before I get involved.
Hi, yeah, you all right?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Said I'm good, thank you.
Good. Why have you got no clothes on?
It's about.
What's that?
So why have you got why are you half naked?
I'm here now, trying to catch a tan.
Oh, okay. I thought you couldn't make it anyway.
He was busy up there, but he's all right now. He's back.
Yeah, I'm back and I'm better.
Cool. I'm back.
So are you pleased to see your other half turning over pro?
Yes.
Good. Are you the shy one then?
The shy one?
What do you reckon?
I'm not shy.
Are you not? Okay.
No.
So no, it's great to see you both. So next time, are you going to come on, Ben?
Yeah.
Well,
drop me a message and we can have an interview. And he can come and start boxing.
Yeah.
With his clothes on though.
Yeah.
No, it's really great that you've got this little thing going on and you're back together training. You're over in Bournemouth, aren't you?
No.
Is it no, Northamptonshire?
Yeah, so our amateur club is based in Northampton. North London, Edgware.
Your thing's gone funny. Your phone's gone funny.
I said our Northampton gym amateur gym was based in Northampton.
Yeah.
Our pro gym is based in Edgware, London. So we're training out of London.
Really?
Yeah.
We're in London. We're currently
okay. Are you? Yeah. So when are you up there?
We're in London 5 days a week,
Monday to Friday.
Okay. Listen, I'm going to message you after this.
Yeah.
We'll sort them out.
Yeah.
Do we have to do the old test thing when we go in?
What's that?
Do we have to do the old test thing?
No. Not down my gym. You're all right.
I know. I have to have my temperature taken and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise you were that close.
Yeah, North London. We've been.
Okay, nice.
We live with our cousin. We stay with our cousin when we train down here 5 days a week.
Who's your cousin? Do I know him?
No,
I don't think so.
You won't know him. He's real close to us. He's over my Instagram, but he's very close. So we're very close.
Okay.
Yeah, so when we started boxing at 11, our dad was our #1 fan, and then at 15 my dad sadly passed away, and then after that my cousin stepped forward and supported us and helped us to this day, and he's a big reason we have come so far in our career. So
that's nice.
Big up cousin T.
well, I'll meet him, will I not?
Yeah, you'll meet him.
Yeah, nice. I'll definitely call, because I live in Camden.
Oh, do you? Yeah, we're through Camden quite a lot. That's where he grew up, so.
There you go. Yeah, let's talk after this, and I'll come down and do a session with you on the camera in the gym.
Awesome, wicked.
Yeah, I'll hold you to it.
Definitely.
But listen, great to see you both. Great to see your face, even though you're late.
Nice to meet you. Virtually.
Really nice to meet you both. And listen, all the best for the future, because big things are coming.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber of Shadowboxer UK, we'd love to see you, so please go ahead and subscribe now.